Bubble Busters!
My name is Andy. Recently, something shocking happened to me. My beautiful car broke down. I mean, it was a classic, so I suppose I saw this coming. But as a classic automobile enthusiast, the fact that my beauty became junk overnight drove me to despair. I reserved a white parking space for the sake of this car, too. From the start, that area was a space that wasn't being used for anything, and I borrowed the whole space just for my beloved. It was a short distance away from my house, and I'd left my car there for a while, until I heard a neighbor of mine say something strange. "Mr. Andy, did you sell that parking space of yours?" "Parking space?" "The one where you parked your classic." "No, I didn't sell it. I'm hesitating over what to do. That beauty is no more, but my affection lingers, and I'm at a loss." Before I knew what was happening, tears started to run down my cheeks. Yep, my affection for this car is too great, and that's why it's taking so long for me to switch to a different one. Don't cry over something like that, dude. It's like I lost a dear pet of mine, bro. It's so painful. I get it. I understand now. Then, in that case, it's definitely strange. What is? The road in front of the space is a construction site now, and they're using that space to put the materials. What? I hightailed over there as quick as I could. I found the parking space jam-packed with construction materials. Not only that, but there was also a frickin' porta potty. Furthermore, a bunch of workers had spread a picnic mat there and were eating lunch. What are you people doing here?
The hell? Who are you?
I'm the one renting this space.
Bet.
The other guys threw the empty lunchboxes onto the ground and started to smoke cigarettes. As I looked more intently, I saw an entire section of the space riddled with garbage. When the frick did you start using this space?
A week ago, bozo. You got anything to whine about?
Of course! I didn't know anything about this!
Yeah, we don't care.
It's ridiculous! I'm still paying parking fees for this space!
We don't care about that either.
They also threw their cigarettes onto the ground and started to head back to work. What the hell's going on here? I rang up the owner of the space. "Hello, Mr. Owner, sir? I have something to ask you about that parking space of yours."
Peeking? Young man, I hate needles.
No, not peeking. A parking space. For cars.
For cars.
The owner is hard of hearing. Did you rent out your parking space to a construction company?
Now, see here, young one. Cookout and company are not allowed on the parking space.
It's literally like trying to talk to a dolphin. As an alternative, I decided to contact the city hall and ask for the company in charge of the construction there. As I dug deeper, more and more proof of how blackened and unreliable the company really was came to light. A nagging question at the back of the mind. What caused the city to ask for the service of such a trash company? The next day, I went to their HQ myself. "Excuse me, but could I ask you to stop using my parking space without my consent?" "So, it's you. The one who walks around with good fortune at his side." "Good fortune?" "In any case, you ain't using it, right?" "That's just for now. I'm gonna use it again when I buy a new car." "So that means you don't have a car, do you now?" "I don't, admittedly." "Which means you aren't using the space, am I right?" "I suppose so." "Then stop frickin' meddling in our business and let us use it. You do realize we're making this road for your convenience, right?" "Then at least pay me a fee to use the space." "The frick? You're joking, right?" "Huh? Who do you think you are, asking for a fee just for putting a few materials on that space?" "Just putting a few materials? Have you actually been there?" "No, I haven't. What does that have to do with anything?" "The littering is apocalyptic, and you even have a temporary toilet on site." "The trash we clean up after the work is done. And people need toilets, right?" "This is so stupid." "By the way, we do have the owner's permission, you know." "Lies!" "It's true. Then show me the contract." Nope, don't have it. It was a verbal agreement. That makes the deal irrelevant. Well then, we'll take everything away. Huh? But everything done on the road will remain that way, unfinished. That's not... It'll be of some inconvenience to the people around there, but it can't be helped. We'll tell them someone renting the parking space filed a complaint, and we had no choice but to halt everything. You know that'll put me in such a bad spot. You can't blame me, since it's the truth. I guess I'll have to fold on this one. My gosh, what a day! The next day, when I went to the space again, there were more materials piled up.
You again. You know you're really starting to get on our nerves.
I directly asked the owner, and he claims he doesn't remember striking this deal with y'all. Who's the leader here?
That would be me.
So it really was you!
Say anything more and we'll have to shut you up real quick, boy.
We?
Let it be known that our CEO has connections with a Yakuza.
What?
Scared, are we?
I wonder if there's anyone who's so chicken they'd be intimidated by being openly told someone personally knows a Yakuza as though that was something of honor. Alright then. Looks like I have to clean all of this up along with the rest of the garbage. Trouble busters!
I'm not kidding, buddy.
Is that so? I understand. Well then, I will directly call this Yakuza who's pulling the strings for this whole operation, and check with him.
Hey, yo.
I rang up someone I knew. All the workers stood there, motionless in awe. What up, uncle? So, do you know anything about this construction company connected to a Yakuza? Yes, and they went about and threatened me. What? You don't know anything about this? Ah, you know such talk won't convince me, right? Who's threatening me, you ask? Hey yo, Fuzzy Britches, what's your name? The leader of the workers suddenly felt silent. Alright, they're quiet as mice now. Won't say a word. What's that? You're coming down here? Ha! Thank you! We'll be waiting. So, someone young's gonna come here shortly. Seems like he wants to ask you something directly.
Hang on just a minute. How are you in cahoots with the likes of them?
Oh, where are my manners? This is who I am. I revealed my police badge as I said so.
The police?
Pleased to meet you. I'm under the police division against violent gangs. Yep, my occupation is a police officer. Plus, I'm part of the division against organized crime.
Please, just a minute. How are a police officer and a Yakuza working together?
Well, that just happens naturally after a bunch of investigations. But in this case, since your company claims to be working together with the Yakuza, this must be looked into more thoroughly.
No, that isn't true.
What isn't? At that instant, a young man from the gang I contacted arrived.
There's no way.
Is this the runt who was saying horse shit? Plus, I don't even recognize him.
What? He's not one of yours?
One of ours wouldn't do such a brain-dead thing.
I see. That would mean this guy's just speaking lies now, isn't he?
That would be correct, yes.
The man cracked his knuckles. Now, violence in front of a police officer would spell disaster, would it not?
Hey, please, hold on.
You tried dragging us into this with your pea-brained lies, huh?
No, I assure you, that was just an attempt at scaring him off. I never dreamed anything like this would go down.
You sure got some moxie, using us as a means to threaten someone.
Help me, please. You're an officer, right? Stop just standing there and arrest this man right now.
The worker ran behind me in cowardice. Well, I'm still gonna report this to your CEO and to the entire city. So, a company that threatens the city's citizens by stating its connections to Yakuza, the same company building that same city's roads. Not exactly ideal now, is it? I just can't leave that be as a police officer.
Oh, man.
By the way, this gang is quite annoying, so you better be careful.
Please, forgive me.
Soon thereafter, an investigation into this company was initiated. To our surprise, we found this company was guilty of tax fraud. The wrath of the CEO was directed towards the worker.
You frickin' asshat. It's all your fault.
If you hadn't done anything, this would still be a secret. God damn it!
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. CEO, sir.
You. Don't you think I'm not gonna come back out without exacting my revenge?
What are you gonna do to me?
You better prepare yourself. You can run, but you can't hide. I'll chase you until the end of time.
Officer, please, don't ever let this man get out, please.
I'm not the one who decides that, bozo. The CEO was arrested, and the mayor felt responsible for hiring the company, so he promptly left office. Such a huge mishap over nothing but a small parking space. But, that aside, at least I can say mission accomplished. Trouble Busters!